All right, let's get right into it. If you're a homeowner here in Orlando, you know the look I'm talking about. That super crisp, clean line on your crown molding and trim that just makes a room feel finished. It looks amazing. But actually getting it to look like that? Phew, that's a whole other story. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you get that perfect finish. And that leads us straight to the million-dollar question, right? You're staring at your molding, maybe you just had it installed, or maybe it's just looking a little tired, and you have to make a choice. Are you going to be the one spending your weekends up on a ladder, or do you just call in a professional? It's the classic dilemma for homeowners everywhere.
And wow, this quote from a local homeowner just says it all, doesn't it? This is the core of the problem right here. It's that trade-off between your own time and effort versus getting that guaranteed professional-grade quality. You know, sometimes trying to take a shortcut ends up being the longest route possible.
So to help you figure this out, let's pull back the curtain and share some of the secrets that the pros use, especially here in Florida. These are the little things, the insider techniques that really make a huge difference in our unique climate. This is what separates a job that's just good enough from one that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, here it is. The number one thing that trips people up on a DIY project. Should you paint all your trim pieces out in the garage before you put them up, or do you install them first and then paint? I mean, you'll find arguments for both online, but if you want that truly seamless, high-end, built-in look, there's really only one right answer. And here's why the pros always paint after installation. Just look at this process. When you install it first, you can fill every single nail hole and caulk every tiny gap between the trim and the wall. That's how you get that flawless, solid look where everything just flows together. If you paint beforehand, you're stuck doing endless touch-ups, and trust me, you can almost always see them. Now, we've got to talk about the invisible enemy here in Central Florida, the humidity. Seriously, all that moisture in the air isn't just about how you feel. It's actively fighting against your paint job. It messes with how long it takes to dry, how it cures, and ultimately, how long that beautiful finish is going to last. So this is absolutely crucial. You have to choose the right weapon for the effect. This chart breaks it down perfectly. For years, oil-based paint was the king because it's so durable. But look at that dry time, up to 24 hours. In our humid air, that's just a magnet for dust and bugs. It's why pretty much all the pros now use modern water-based paints. They dry fast, they're flexible with our temperature swings, and they resist that bubbling you can get from moisture. It's really the best of all worlds for an interior job. Okay, so now that you're armed with all that pro knowledge, let's get back to the big decision. We're going to put the DIY route and the professional service head to head. We'll look at what really matters, your money, your time, and, of course, the final quality. Let's start with your time, because honestly, this number is usually a bit of a shock to people. For just one room, you are looking at anywhere from 8 to 25 hours of work. That's not an afternoon project. That's your entire weekend, or maybe even 2, gone. And this slide right here really puts it all into perspective. Yeah, the DIY supply cost looks cheaper on paper, but that's not the whole story, is it? When you start to factor in the value of your own time, the risk of making a mistake that you have to pay to fix, and the fact that there's no guarantee, well, you can see why going pro starts to look really good. A pro brings that climate expertise and a guaranteed result, all in a fraction of the time. You know, when you lay it all out like that, the time, the special techniques, our crazy Florida climate, it's easy to understand why so many homeowners around here just decide to let an expert handle it. It just makes sense.
And when we talk about experts, a company like TJ Handyman Services is a perfect example. I mean, this isn't some big, faceless corporation. They're a family-owned business that started right here in 2012. For over a decade, they've been building trust and transforming homes all over Orlando, one project at a time.
So what do you really get with a service like this? Well, basically, a solution to every single problem we've just talked about. They already know how to deal with our climate. The results are guaranteed. They use the good stuff, the top quality materials, and they get the job done fast because they respect your time. It's the completely stress-free way to get that beautiful home you want. And the great thing is, their expertise usually goes way beyond just painting. A reliable company like this becomes your go-to for pretty much anything. Whether you have a small drywall patch that needs fixing, some furniture you need assembled, or you're dreaming about a full kitchen or bathroom remodel, they can handle it. So if you're leaning towards letting a pro take care of this, the good news is the next step is usually super simple and totally pressure-free. It all starts with a simple phone call. That's it. You can just talk to them about what you have in mind, get a clear, straightforward estimate, and know exactly what it would take to get your project done right. So The last question is really for you. What's your time worth? If you are ready for that beautiful finished look in your home without giving up all your free time to get it, why not reach out to a trusted local pro like TJ Handyman Services? Go ahead and get that project off your to-do list and into the hands of an expert.